Hey, good morning, everybody. Ultra MAGA video time with Steve. It is the weekend. Hey, what I want to talk a little bit about today is this November vote that's coming up, as well as our 2024, and some of the things that we get lost in thinking about what we're voting for. Last week I talked a little bit about how they just lifted those mandates for travel. We're going to Europe in a few weeks, and we don't have to go to Walgreens and take a test and make an appointment and get there and then do it within 3 days and then get the test results back, get them uploaded onto an app for Travel UK and Travel Ireland, and then once you get those documents uploaded, you got to send them to the airline, and then you got to have the QR code ready, even if you rent a car. All that stuff that I talked about really kind of opened my eyes, and it opened my mind a little bit to really what's going on. That's simple freedom. I mean, every day we go, God, I just can't believe we don't have to go through all that crap just to go travel like we're used to doing, and just walking in with your passport and getting on the plane and going. That's what we're used to. That's called freedom. Freedom to travel. Freedom to do a thing. And how many of your freedoms are missing from the world today? The more I think about that, the more excited I got. Gosh, we had our folks over for dinner the other night. We were playing games and stuff, and I was so excited. I was going, hey, you don't have to have a vax card. You don't have to have the shot thing. You don't have to have the COVID test. Man, this is great. And I'm sitting there going, I'm touting how great it is to have my freedom back, just to have some of my simple freedom back. Folks, they are brainwashing us all, to include me and you, this is what they do. They nibble at your freedom and they take little bites out of your freedom, and you don't recognize it because you're still looking at the whole cookie of freedom. And the cookie's getting small, everybody. It's getting very small. I was thinking about this, and it was really bugging me. It was bothering me that I was so happy about getting just a little bit of my freedom back. And I started to ask myself, Steve, how much more of your freedom is missing from your life with all the shit that's been going on with these nut jobs for so many years? And I got to thinking about it. Behind me, you see the American flag. You also see a Make America Great Again hat. Okay? I'll start with the hat. I posted a video yesterday, and it's an older video, but it's still true today because it's still a trigger for some people, you freaks. A guy was getting on a Delta Airlines flight. Ironically, we're flying Delta to England, and he was asked to deplane because of his Make America Great. They asked him to take his hat off. It was bothering people. And if making America great again bothers you, you're sick son of a bitch. You've got a problem. Your problem's up here. His problem was a hat. Now, if someone walked in and they had on I don't even know what example to use. I don't know. I'll say gay pride flag, just a gay pride flag. Who cares? Or even just a rainbow. Those colors could be a trigger for the heterosexual. But you know what? A heterosexual won't care, because a trigger is a mental disorder that they have. It's the Trump derangement syndrome is what it still is. And that's freedom. The freedom to not care is the same freedom that they had to care, but they didn't have the right to kick the guy off the plane for it. Listen, I did an offended video here not too long ago, and it was kind of eye-opening again for me as well, because I got to thinking about it. When we talk about this offended crap, what are we saying? I'm offended. Okay, then what? Then what? Then what happens to you in your life? Then are you ruined? Did it ruin your vacation? Did it wreck your whole day? Did it make your meal taste different? That's a lie. This offended shit has gone way too far, but you know what it is? It's not the offense. It's not being offended. It's that someone's convinced you that portion of your freedom's been removed from your life. To be offended is to take away your freedom. But Steve, what does that mean? I'll tell you exactly what it means. Ask HR. Ask the police department. Ask the DOJ or the FBI. If you offend somebody, I'll start with HR. The HR departments now are making up rules and laws and things in their policy and procedure manuals that have everything to do with being offended. And how you better not offend this person, offend that person. Oh, and if you say this wrong, you could offend that person. Oh, and if you don't go with their pronouns, you're really screwing up. If it says he, she, we, and you don't say ma'am or she or whatever, boy, you could really offend them, and you're in trouble. And we'll have your ass. We'll write you up. We'll give you a verbal. Well, who knows? Maybe even a preterm hearing. See what I mean? They're inserting their own mental laws into our lives to remove the freedom to have a casual conversation anymore. You can't joke about nothing. Humor's out. Our country has just gone off the deep end. Let's just face it. I mean, there's truly no turning back. We're not going to turn it back. We can dial it back, and you saw Trump try to dial it back with, we're going to say Merry Christmas, and if you don't like it, tough shit, don't say it. And if you don't like the sound of it, don't hear it. I love that, because the only thing they want to do with removing Merry Christmas, just to stick on that one for a second, is to remove Christ from the word. Remember, Christ is in Christmas. That's what it's all about. It's about the birth of Jesus. Okay. Happy holidays and all that kind of crap. Do I care if you say it? No. Does anyone on the right care if you say it? Nope. Does everybody on the left have a problem with Merry Christmas? Pretty much, yeah. It's offended. It's offensive. That's what I mean. Half the country is batshit crazy, or BSC. We're just going to call them BSC from now on, because I don't want to offend them by using the actual verbiage, because, there's some profanity involved in that. We can't have that. But an acronym always works. So the BSCs are out there, and they want to get rid of Christmas. They want to get rid of, let's go to the next topic over here. It's the American flag. If you fly an American flag in your yard now, you have the probability is probably 100 to 1 that you're offending somebody in your neighborhood. And then they'll go to the HOA, should you have one, and they'll do every damn thing in their power to get it removed. Okay? You've seen that 100 times all over the news. Okay? All over the country. All these little freedoms we have to fly a stupid American flag in the country that you live in are being taken away, and that's another bite out of the cookie. The fact that you can't wear a MAGA hat, a Make America Great Again hat on. Notice that there's no hats that said Build Back Better, because we're not building shit back better. We are tanking. Stock market people, I feel for you. You must be sick to your stomachs over what this man's doing to the stock market and your retirements. Gas prices are going back up. I told you, man, the strategic reserve levels going, the prices are getting rid of our strategic oil reserves for wartime that he's using now to keep the prices down ain't working out so well, is it, Joe? Putin's got you by the balls, and he's just making a fool out of you, Jojo. So Europe, get ready, Europe. It's going to be a cold winter, and you better hope to God you got some oil, heating oil stored somewhere, because you're going to be in a pickle now that, especially you Germany, you knuckleheads, counting on Putin for anything. What are you, out of your minds? Off on a tangent once again. But this is what I mean by your little freedoms are being taken from you just a little bit at a time. And when is enough enough? I mean, at work, you got to tiptoe around and be careful. Oh, God, I can't believe I just said that. Used to be if a Mexican crew were working on a job site and you said, hey, there was some Mexicans working on a crew, that was okay, because they were Mexicans and they were working on a job. All this is real. All this is reality and factual. But now if you say there's Mexicans working on it, oh, Steve, you can't say that. Don't call them Mexicans. Well, yeah, but they're Mexicans. They're from Mexico. Yeah, HR says you can't call them Mexicans anymore. You have to call them something else. What do I have to call them? You got to call them the fluffy, happy, unicorn, Hispanic individuals of love. They make up how you're supposed to think and make up the right things you can say and the words you're allowed to say, and they remove any words that are normal. I don't know how to break it to you, HR, but that's going after a person's First Amendment rights. To just say, if you say something factual, you say something true, and it's offensive, then that's a problem for the individual that's offended. There's some great words in the Bible. I know that word's offensive to all you people on the left, but there's some great words in there, like the truth shall set you free. When you say something that's true or factual, It's okay. It should be okay. It shouldn't be offensive. It shouldn't be anything. I'm Italian. If you call me an Italian, I'm Italian. If a Mexican is Mexican, you call him Mexican, he's Mexican. If an Irish person's Irish, you call him an Irishman, he's Irish. But see, for certain factions of individuals that they like to use as their pawns of race, those are the ones that we got to be careful with, because they're still using them to gather votes and to use them for political gain. See? Those are the ones we got to be careful with. It's all a big scheme to take your freedom away, and the biggest point is to punish you for exercising your freedom. Okay? It's like that crap back when we had the mask mandates and shit on the plane. You had the mask Nazis walking up and down the aisle, and if you pulled it over your nose or something just a little bit so you could breathe, hey, get it. I'm not going to warn you again, sir. You know, they were just all freaked out about it. Now, those people were sick people. You know, but it's just our policy. Yeah, your policy, written by HR, by your department to take away your freedom. Didn't do a damn thing for nobody, just for the record. I tell you, I don't even know, aside from, they're weaponizing the DOJ and the FBI. Everyone's watching all that happen. Some dude, I guess yesterday, got raided. He's got one of them pro-life joints, that help women during their pregnancy. They give them food, they give them, diapers, they help them along. They're helpful. Most of it's volunteer. They're great people. FBI just raided this dude's house after he had settled everything like 9 months ago. Yesterday they raided and their kids are saying they have large caliber weapons, all kind of, what are you doing, FBI? Go busting into a dude's house with his kids home and everything, and he runs a volunteer joint, and he's trying to help women? The left is so far up their own rear ends, they don't even realize that if you're helping women, you're helping women. They don't, well, yeah, but that's pro-life, that's pro-life. See, it doesn't matter that it's pro-woman anymore, because remember, you used to be pro-woman, woman. But now it's, well, wait a minute, if a woman's got a kid in there, that's another story. That kid's got to go. You guys are so demented and so BSC that you don't even know what you're doing anymore as you're removing your own freedoms as well as our freedoms by weaponizing all of these agencies. It's gotten out of control. Everything is completely out of control. So what I'm telling you is this. When you're voting in November, remember what you're voting for. You're voting to get these BSCs out of office. You're voting to get the House and the Senate back so we can stop these BSC people from doing all this crazy, mad shit, especially to our children. I've been researching some of the books that are circulating in elementary school, and let me tell you something. It's terrifying. And this isn't just a school here or a school there. These same books are also available on Amazon. Look them up. One of them is The Gay BCs. It's for children 1 year and up. The Gay BCs. Why does a 2-year-old child need to know about homosexuality? Why? And why is that book in any school? And it is. It's in schools. I'm just using one book, 1 out of 50 I looked at. And believe me, this is the good one. This one's the least offensive of them all, if you want to be offended. And I'm wondering, what's the point? What is the point? Our children are so far behind in math, reading, everything, civics, forget that word. We're so far behind as a country, it's not even funny. But what are we focusing on? The gay BCs? Pedophilia? Talking about, one of the books talked about blowjobs and how to receive one. One of the books I saw talked about how you should get on the internet and start having conversations with people that you think might be thinking like you are thinking right now, even though you probably don't even know what you're thinking because you're too young. Get on the internet? Sick. Okay, I'm going too long and I'm going to go longer than I'm allowed to post. So I'm going to end this now and tell you this. If you're not awake to the freedoms that are being taken from you, you better wake your ass up. And you better vote. And you better get your people to vote. And you better start educating people to what is going on. Everything behind me is disappearing. Everything is going away. Please, everybody, we've got to stop it. We've got to stop it now. I'm begging you, man. Get out. Vote. Share this as much as you possibly can. You guys have a great day. Do kind things for one another. Be good. Take care. Ciao.